ready for you. Being silent is the same as ghosting, and it's childish. Communication is key. Is it? All right, guys, let's talk about communication. Let's talk about Scorpio's silence. As some of you guys who are more mental and more vocal think that being quiet is problematic, and I'm going to prove you otherwise. I love talking in words just like you guys do. You know, I've been writing since I was 5 years old. I've been a published writer since 2004. I started out writing editorial for fashion and travel. And being a Scorpio, I love silence as well. Silence will do a lot, right? The person who's quiet listens more, observes more, knows you better than you know them, because they're the one getting all the information out of you. And being silent, believe it or not, saves lives. Words are super, super powerful. And I've learned over the years, transforming into the person that I am right now, that my words in particular are extremely powerful, right? Things that you say you can never take back. I'm sorry doesn't work. Whatever you got after that doesn't really make up for it. And Scorpios, particularly Mercury and Scorpios, really, or anybody with, Mercury conjunct, Pluto, Mercury in the 8th, any connection with the Scorpio energy, the words are very deep and powerful and thought out. We don't just run off at the mouth. And a lot of you guys who are more mutable air, who are very mental, who are extremely social, Mercury in the 1st, you have the tendency to just want to talk. And it's not your fault. I mean, you can control it. You can be aware of it, right? I talk about this when I do your chart readings. I talk about where your powers are, where your challenges are, how to use them to your advantage, right? I'm very careful and very intentional when I speak. I know that my words have the power to elevate me in certain ways. It has the power to heal others, to help others, to hurt others, to hurt myself. And so being vocal all the time is not always a good thing, especially in relationships. Relationships are very tricky. Once you get intimate with someone, the dynamic changes, and you guys know that if you've ever just been friends with someone and then all of a sudden you catch those feelings and those hormones and things shift, right? Things get touchy, and all of a sudden you're triggered by certain things, but before it didn't matter. Silence can save a lot of issues. When things get heated and Scorpio gets silent, they're doing you a favor, honey. They're doing you a favor. I remember back in the 90s, I used to, I was a kid, and I used to be on the subway, going out to clubs, coming home on the train 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. And back then I attracted a lot of volatile and energy from individuals because I was self-hating and I wasn't loving myself like I should. And I had low self-esteem in a lot of ways. And I remember one night being by myself on the subway coming home. It was probably 3 a.m. And there was a girl sitting next to me, and she was, I think I told you guys this story. I might have, just lightly. There was a girl next to me, and she was very masculine. And she sat next to me, and a guy got on the train and sat across from me directly. Now, in New York, we have specific eye contact. I don't know about other places. I was checked. I was in another state. Somebody checked me, and they was walking by, and I was like this. Because we just do that here, where we don't hide. We don't sit there and look away. Like, no, you come to New York, we looking right at you like this. And it's not aggressive. We just want to see what the real you is, And I got checked in another state. It was like, why you in my face? Why you? I was like, wait, what? And so this guy got on the train and sat across from me. And, you know, I was looking at him like we do, eye to eye. And I wasn't scared of him. I wasn't afraid, right? However, I don't know what about me triggered him. Maybe he felt the inner energy. You know, like I said back then, I wasn't the person I am now. So negative people attract negative people. And he said something, and I didn't respond to him. The girl next to me, the girl who, you know, was very aggressive. You know, I could tell she'd been fighting since she was like 3. And he said something, and I didn't respond, so that might have triggered him. And she told him to leave me alone, this, that, and the other, and I still didn't say nothing. And he looked me dead in the eyes, and he was like, I will cut your fucking throat right now. And he meant it. He was not playing, right? I don't sit there and argue with men. I ain't fighting with no world, man. And she was popping shit. Boom, 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 boom. I think he thought like we were friends, we were together. I didn't know this shit. She was taking up for me, whatever. Guess what? The next stop was hers, and she got off. And I was sitting there with some guy who just told me he would get up and cut my fucking throat. I said nothing. Could you imagine if I started popping off at the mouth 3 a.m. on the train, trying to get home? I'm like 18. My throat would have been cut easily. And nobody would have gave a shit. It would have been on the news. Girl's throat cut, found on the subway, blah, blah, blah. And it would have been a story for a week, and everybody would have died out. So silence can be in your favor in many scenarios. Silence can prevent you from saying the wrong thing, so that you don't have to backpedal and be like, I'm so sorry, I mean to say that, when you did mean to say it. Silence can prevent you from getting your throat cut on the subway at 3 a.m. Silence can prevent you from jumping the gun and thinking about your words strategically, or even deciding, you know, that you don't want to say what you wanted to say. And Scorpios, you know, we are an emotional, sensitive sign. So we like to not just pop off at the mouth, but take all the energy in and just sit there and think about that and feel that, like, what the fuck is going on right now? And just let you do the popping off to see who you are, to break yourself down. Oh, you really feel like that about me? Oh, now I'm all sorts of fat bitches. Oh, and now I'm stupid. Oh, now I had a friend at the time pop off. Oh, I'm smarter than you. Really? Since when? In what area? I let them pop off at the mouth, and they said some things, and they had to backpedal, honey. They came with them knee pads on. All the words that came out of their mouth, they had to go and retract. While I kept silent, right? So a lot of you guys talk about the silent treatment. I don't know what this treatment is. You know, treatment, I think, is some type of, you know, medication or something to heal you. Silent treatment. I don't know where that phrase came from. But Scorpio's not sitting around calculating how to be silent to hurt you. We're actually doing you a favor by being quiet so that we can go and emotionally figure out what the hell is going on, what we should say and should not say. You know, I've done that recently. Somebody started running off at the mouth, and I said, I'm going to tell you this one time. I said, what you're about to say, I want you to sit with it. Just sit with it for a minute. Because I could tell they were about to say something they were deeply regret. I said, I want you to sit with your words and you ask yourself, is what I'm about to say going to help my situation or hurt my situation? And I told them, every time I release some words, I have intentions for them. And most of the things that I say help me, not hurt me. They get me what I want. I said, are the words that you're about to say going to get you what you want? Because if they don't, I wouldn't release them. I wouldn't release them. And they didn't. So you're complaining about Scorpio silence. All I can say, go date another sign. And in my book, Rise from the Ashes, A Scorpio's Guide to Self-Esteem and Rebirth, I show you how to be so self-loving that you can attract the one that's right for you. You're not attracting people who you feel are attacking you with hurt, or you feel attacked, or you feel belittled. No, 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 no. You attract those who are your equal and who you want to be with, and you can decipher like, oh my gosh, well, that behavior is not for me. Let me release them early on. That's not for me. They're too quiet. I need someone who's more verbally communicative, because we're always communicating. Our silence is the biggest communicator there is, if you're listening. Alright guys, like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. I'll see you at ScorpioSunScorpioMoon.com, where you could buy the Scorpion. Can you see that? How fabulous is she, darling? You can also purchase my books. You can download my audio version or buy my paperback version. You can book a chart reading. I have a whole self-mastery chart reading where I break down everything for you, your love, your career, your superpowers, where they are, how to deal with your triggers, who your karmic people are. I give you exact birth dates, honey. If you want a live stream session, you can book that as well. I have 9 amazing crash courses that will answer most of your questions, right? So you're not complaining about Scorpio behavior you already know. I have an amazing shop where you can get my jewelry. I have so many beautiful custom pieces that are just fabulous. And I have a surprise. My books are now at one of my favorite shops in New York City called Namaste. It is a spiritual bookstore where you can get your tarot readings, you can get psychic readings, you can buy my books, of course. You can get all your crystals, all your potions, absolutely amazing. And the store is very sentimental for me because it's the first place where I ever got my karmic birth card reading, and where I found out about my, karmic match, and which propelled me to do everything I'm doing now. So it's come full circle into my life, and now I took that information and I'm giving it to you guys, and it's actually in the place that has propelled me. So I'm so excited. If you're in New York City, they're at 2 West 14th Street, closer to 5th Avenue. Absolutely fabulous place. And as always, I'll see you guys in my next video.